And hello guys, welcome back, and in this video I'm going to be chatting with Twalavel, who were once signed to Rap Lyf and had some sort of cameo in Questa's Guest Filangao music video, and I had them basically tell me about their time in Rap Lyf and what they think from their own perspective went wrong with Rap Lyf. And well, without wasting much time, let's get to the interview.
Topic of discussion, yeah, it's actually tougher, right? Because like we've always been asked about how the whole Rap Lyf thing went. Husseins were Questa and all that. I feel like now it's about time to actually talk about it more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what better time from coming from the tour and being introspective about being independent, you know what I mean? Right? And it feels so amazing. It does. Really does. You know what I mean? In as much as being in the company was also like a really learning curve, you know what I mean? Learning like different things, different mannerisms. Right. Well, you know what I mean? Mannerisms. You know what I mean? So I feel like being independent is just like, okay, cool, wow, we have to take this, like, you know what I mean, this car and drive it to where it has to be, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, we are trying to was on one side. Yeah, so alright, so basically okay, we got signed in 2017, right? So the whole story is the background with it. Leroy, the records are actually right, okay. Let me backtrack. Yeah, when we got signed. So basically Cash, right? Cash hit me up on an email, right? Cash is the manager from Cash Time. Then Magua called me, actually, right? It's like, he really wants to see you guys and stuff like that. Okay, cool. We came through, right? So like, he had to be, we're still living with Kidex at the time, in 4 ways. So we just chilled and played our music, right? They called Senzo to come into the boardroom. It was Kombelani, Kombelani and a few other gents that are part of the company. Yeah, Luvo, yeah, PR guys, yeah, PR gents. So when that happened, I think we played them like our latest tape or something. Not even the tape. It was literally just songs that we were like actually parts of our days. Yeah. So there was one song specifically that they actually wanted. I'm in my bag. It's still in my bag. We still haven't recorded it yet, but like we know when we drop it's gonna be a bang. I don't know why we haven't recorded it though. Right, you should. Like literally. Okay, let's get back to the song. Yeah, right. It's the one though. But yeah, so as we got into Rap Lyf, we start, as we're talking about mannerisms, you start learning different people within the industry, because you know what I mean, before you're in the industry everything is like Johnny Goodfellow, bro. Everybody's good, there's no stakes, you know what I mean? Everybody's like proper, you know what I mean? But now when the stakes get high, it feels like it becomes more of Wall Street than it is music, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because everybody has something to lose. You know what I mean? They forgot their talent. And when you've got something to lose, you've got something to gain as well. Yeah. So basically, everybody's asking, okay, who was in charge of Rap Lyf, right? So, from my knowledge, when we got signed initially, Leroy actually signed us, right? So he was like in charge of, he was the CEO, right? And he was a shareholder at the same time. And X as well, Kid X as well, and Hussein Questa was a pivotal role in that, right? So I was not really in tune with the whole, like, I didn't know what structure with the structure, right? So I remember we went to there was a show, I think it was a freshers party. Right? The one, what was it? Vits, yeah. So after that, I just like literally need to get like some clarity on everything, right? And there was Usia, there was Uluvo, there was Kombelani,
the whole team basically,
right?
At the time.
basically. And there was like the whole. It was okay. Who runs Rap Life? I feel like it was so big of a movement at the time where you can't really see who runs it, right?
Because I feel like it became a melting pot too quick, you know.
Exactly.
And now, before you can actually put in a proper structure, things are already like, you know what I mean, popping already.
And to the extent, I can't blame the company. You know, when you grow that fast, you know, and you need to put things in position, and there's certain things that need to happen now, ASAP. You know, I feel like in terms of the structure was okay. It was just not what it was supposed to be
In the musical business, you know, the way it was there, but I feel like the music business part of it, you know what I mean? Because like you can be in the entertainment industry, but like be in the music business, you know what I mean? So those are two different things. Like when you have musical structures, in a company, that I feel like
it's different. So and also with Nota is supposed to be a creative director, right? So Upeko from Sony, like rest in peace to the brother, and rest in peace to the brother. Was such a he was an asset.
One of the biggest genuine souls. I feel like he had the vision, you know what I mean? Like not even saying that because like he had the vision, like literally the musical structure vision, you know what I mean?
So in terms of like with Nota, so Nota was supposed to be a creative director, right? In terms of like the music, right? But we are a collective that does not wanna compromise on the music. You know what I'm saying? We compromise on anything else but the music. So there was this whole Zongongo sound, a certain sound that I love.
I feel like
I love the sound, but it's not for me. I would literally bump it every day, but it's not something that I would really. It's something that we would really make, right? So we felt like it got to a point where it's like we came here for a certain purpose, and if the purpose is not reached, then it defeats the purpose.
The purpose of actually going into the music industry, you know, going into pursuing it, bro. You know what I mean? People are pursuing different things, you know what I mean?
Alright, so basically, you know, there's always something called competition, right? Healthy competition or unhealthy competition, which becomes toxic, right? So I feel like to an extent it was a bit of both, right? It was always a bit of both. Alright, so obviously when there's healthy competition and toxic kind of competition, right? So I feel like when we, from the inception, right, we had a conversation with Leroy, and the biggest concern is that there's a jewel already in the company, right? Which was a good thing. It was a good thing to us.
I feel like depending on your perspective,
on how you perceive things.
I had a whole idea about it, like, you know what I mean, trying to get TLT, like where the other TLs, you know what I mean?
So the whole vibe is like, okay, cool. There's a jewel and another jewel. Okay, obviously, naturally, as artists, we expressionists, right? So, however they express themselves is different from how we express ourselves, right? So, you know, there was always a bit of this and that, right? You can't put a finger to it, but yeah, this and that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is, because like even our relationship right now, it's not a bad relationship. It's not the most amazing as well, but it's
very neutral.
It's a neutral relationship,
neutral, you know what I mean?
So and like when Web Life out, that was like
but that was a
vibe.
Okay, for me, bro, like that was an amazing experience, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the dream of like young money house.
Really, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like actually saw this thing really happening.
It's a house full of artists.
And you're in a mansion. And you're young. And
you're meeting all these different people coming to the house,
right?
Man. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, like JR pulling up randomly.
Burna Boy's managers pulling up.
Burna
MT just pulling out.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just like
I feel like also that was so much of a, it was so great because right now I'm not even about cloud, not even about like yo who's doing what,
Yeah.
because we've done it all, you feel me? So now I feel like we're at a point where it's literally just about the music.
It's music for a greater purpose,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? I feel like the purpose that we're chasing from the beginning, you know what I mean? It's all falling into perspective.
Right.
And I feel like us being independent as well, we're not clouded by a lot of things that, you know what I mean, what's socially acceptable in that. So the rap life house actually taught me a lot about that. It taught me a lot about that. Like,
that was a vibe. It was
literally a vibe. I swear the first time we went out together, we're actually shooting, what again? Nice Life Problems.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm in a drop top way.
You know, bro.
I've got my, I'm feeling Italian at the time.
Bro,
I got a drop top, I got a Hennessy on here.
Bro.
And you know what I'm saying? I just got my
playing music, it's just like, bro, that was crazy. That I felt like, shit, okay, this is the person that I always envisioned myself, right? And it's actually happening, so it's like a surreal experience. You know what I mean? And you just thrown into the deep end before you even know that you're in the deep end. You know what I mean? Like, you still have niggas that are still rapping. Like, we were rapping last week. Now I see you doing a show. I see you on TV. And it just happens so, like, you know what I mean? And it's like in different flavors, the faces that you start knowing are familiar faces, and that's the only faces that you can almost relate, identify with. So it's like kicking out your old life for a new life, but you know what I mean? The transition is not that smooth, but
the transition is never smooth.
The transition is never smooth. We love our comfort zones. And so feuds, I don't think like any the way I can't hold it. Wait, let me think. Let me be honest.
Alright, okay, obviously there was times where, you know what I'm saying, you do not get along.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when egos collide.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Obviously I'd have vibes with the homie, and you know what I'm saying? But it's something that
tomorrow it's like
live in the same house, then tomorrow you might make peace with it, or you just throw it down the carpet. It's like whatever. You know, especially as Jay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, so obviously when there's healthy competition and toxic kind of competition. So I feel like when inception, when we had a conversation with Roy, and the biggest concern is that there's a jewel already in the company, right? Which was a good thing. To us,
I feel like depending on your perspective,
on how you perceive things.
I had a whole idea about it, but you know, TLT,
you know what I'm saying? So the whole vibe is like, okay, cool. There's a jewel and another jewel. Okay, obviously, naturally, as artists, the expressionists, right? So, however they express themselves is different from how we express ourselves, right? So, you know, there was always a bit of this and that, right? You can't put a finger to it, but yeah, this and that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is, because like in our relationship right now, it's not a bad relationship. It's not the most amazing as well, but it's just
very neutral.
It's a neutral relationship,
right?
So and like when your life, that was like
there was a
vibe.
Okay, for me, bro, like that was like the dream, like
really, exactly. Like actually saw this thing really happening.
It's a house full of artists,
and in a mansion, and
you meet all these different people coming to the house,
right?
Man, you know what I mean? Like,
you know, like JR pulling up randomly.
Burna Boy's managers pulling up. But MT just pulling out. So
like, you know,
just like,
I feel like also that was so much of a, it was so great, because right now I'm not even about cloud, not even about like yo who's doing what, because we've done it all. So now I feel like we're at a point where it's literally just about the music. But
it's for a greater purpose,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? I feel like the purpose that we're chasing from the beginning, you know what I mean? It's all falling into perspective.
Right.
And I feel like us being in it as well, we're not clouded by a lot of things that, you know what I mean, what's socially acceptable. So the rap life was actually taught me a lot about that. Taught me a lot about that. Like,
that was a vibe.
It was actually a vibe. So the first time we went out together, we're actually shooting, nice life from the
I'm in a drop top way.
Bro.
I've got my, I'm feeling Italian at the time.
Bro,
I got a drop top, I got a Hennessy on here. Bro, and you know what I'm saying? I just got
playing music, it's just like, bro, that was crazy. That I felt like, shit, okay, this is the person that I always envisioned myself, right? And it's actually happening, so it's like a surreal experience. You know what I mean? And you just throw into the deep end before you even know that you're in the deep end. You know what I mean? Like, you still have niggas that are still rapping. Like, we were rapping last week. Now I see you doing a show. I see you on TV. And it just happens so, like, you know what I mean? And it's like in different the faces that you start knowing are familiar faces, and that's the only faces that you can almost identify with. So it's like kicking out your old life for a new life, but you know what I mean? The transition is not that smooth, but
the transition is never
the transition is never smooth. You never comfort zones. And so feuds, I don't think like any of the way let me think. Let me be honest.
Alright, okay, obviously there was times where, you know what I'm saying, you do not get along.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when egos collide.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have vibes with the homie, and you know what I'm saying? But it's something that live in the same house.
It's like
live in the same house, then tomorrow you might make peace with it, or you just throw it down to the carpet. It's like, you know, especially as Jay. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing this and seeing.
You know what I'm saying? There's no like grinding like that. So I feel like feuds. I feel like the biggest thing is we will mature enough, we're all mature enough.
In my like how we observed the whole thing, right? It was two parties that brought one thing, right?
One thing,
Right? So it was like UX, Cash, and Nota. Then it was Senzo, Magua, and Roy.
So it's like two different segments
in one thing.
In one thing, and obviously there's gonna be clash of, you know what I mean, like the reasoning from this. It should coexist in like different camps,
right?
Within the same camp.
It should coexist, but I felt like in terms of like Leroy would handle a lot of as a CEO role, and he did it very well, right? And obviously, as a manager, I came through. I'm an artist, so I wouldn't know the ins and outs financially. But obviously, we are business-minded people, right? So just when certain things don't, when the energy doesn't go the way it should,
it doesn't coexist.
It gets tricky. You know what I'm saying? So we felt like, okay, it does not live in us, right? In a business term, and in just artistry as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And now you can't have Nota being a shareholder and Nota doing the music.
And
also
being the tour
manager and also being manager.
You understand? And DJ at the same time
as well.
You know, and the funniest thing is that that's like, you know, that's dope as a man of many times. I just thought of it now. You know what I mean?
Why rap life failed, right? I feel like there was so many talented people, right? And when there's so many greats in one stable, you know, there's only so much that can be achieved. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is that great. So if we give each other chances to be like, yo, do this and execute, do this and execute. But I feel like it was a point where, okay, we have Umar, crazy as producer, best producer in the world.
Literally.
Right? You've got the Blade, Nota, crazy. But Leroy, like let's not.
These were like, I feel like these were pioneers. You know, I feel like rap life, I can't say rap life failed. I feel like it crumbled. Like it collapsed because the holding structures. You know what I mean? When
you can't have so many creative on
and
You understand? You don't get to a point where now everybody's trying to be who they are without compromise. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that the compromise factor contributed to what rap life was supposed to be. Because rap life is supposed to, like, we're supposed to take over, man. I mean, like, coming from X, right? Business minded, a very talented artist. His aesthetics are amazing. Then you've got Mercedes or here with his all these. You know what I'm saying? Like when we met Wale and everything like that. I feel like when you get that high, it's like leave the basics. Leave the fundamentals. What made you get there? Right? So we got too high too quick.
I feel like we're thrown into the deep end. And for me, I'm like forever grateful for that. Because not everybody gets that opportunity. People, we can't even imagine being in the same space as like Wale. I used to listen to Wale's Ambition, you know what I mean? Everybody used to listen to it. So being in the same space, Ritual Kwan, and feeling free like as an artist, it's like your perspective changes.
So too high too.
Exactly, and I feel like, you know, rap life was going so big, making so many moves. You understand what I'm saying? Especially without a specific structure point. You know what I mean? If there's a structure point, then you know, okay, cool, it runs like this.
Right.
These people are willing to compromise, and it's not even a thing of I'm willing to compromise. You know you have to compromise because that's your job title.